Ladies and gentlemen, it is Royal Rumble season. We are 2 weeks away from the Royal Rumble match. We will know who will be going to WrestleMania to fight for the championship of their choosing for both the men's Royal Rumble match and the women's Royal Rumble match. My name is Joshy Wrestling and I would like to welcome you to a brand new video today covering the 2025 men's Royal Rumble match from the entrance to 1 to 30 as well as the eventual winner. This video we're going to be covering the men's Rumble match, and on Tuesday next week, we're going to be covering the women's Royal Rumble match. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Hit that like button and let me know your predictions in the comment section down below. This is really a lot harder than I originally thought it would be. We've got 30 places in the Royal Rumble match. We've got a lot of fantastic competitors on the Raw, SmackDown, and NXT brands. It's really about making sure the 30 best fit within. I'm pretty certain I've left out a lot of names from this list, and for that, I am sorry. There is only 30 spaces. We could really get this up to 40, 50 with surprises, with more NXT appearances, but this is it. This is my 30 place predictions for the Royal Rumble match. Let's get into it. Kicking things off at number 1 is the Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio. Now, I believe that Dominic Mysterio would be the perfect fit to go hand in hand with who is in at number 2. We'll get into that in a second. Dominic Mysterio, arguably the biggest heel in WWE right now. It would be fantastic if he came out and he gets on the mic. He talks about how good the Judgment Day is, how good Dominic Mysterio is, and how he is going to go on, be the Iron Man of the Royal Rumble match and win the Royal Rumble match. The crowd will be so hot for this. He'll try and talk 3 or 4 times and they will boo him. Boo him almost out of the arena like he's very much used to with Liv Morgan. The crowd goes wild for Dominic Mysterio. The crowd getting hot right off the bat. Going into place number 2. And place number 2 goes to Mr. Joe Hendry, soon to be TNA World Champion, in my opinion. Of the time of recording this, he is 1 day away from Genesis, where he will take on Nick Nemeth for the TNA World Championship. I believe he beats Nick Nemeth for the championship there and then, and goes into the WWE Royal Rumble match at place number 2 as the TNA champion. We've seen it before. We saw Jordan Grace last year, 2024, go in as the Knockouts, the TNA Knockouts World Champion. We see it again here, I'm sure. Joe Hendry would send this crowd bonkers. Say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry goes in at number 2. Now, I believe place number 3 goes to someone a little bit calmer, someone that the fans like, someone that the fans appreciate a lot, and that would be this man here, Andrade. He's been going for the US title for some time now. I think it would make sense for him to be in the Royal Rumble match. He's had some outstanding performances, especially with the likes of Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight. I would absolutely love to see him go into the Rumble, but I think he goes earlier on, just after Joe Hendry in that number 3 position. Next up at number 4 is the return of this man right here, AJ Styles. One of my favorite of all time. We know AJ returned recently, picked up an injury pretty much straight away within the match, and he was then once again sidelined with this injury. A fan recently reached out to AJ to say, how is your injury coming along, AJ? And he replied with that it's been a very challenging injury to this point. Royal Rumble 2 weeks away. Do we see AJ Styles? I believe we do, and I would like to see him in at number 4. 2 surprises in 4 places within the Royal Rumble 2025 so far in my predictions. At number 5, I predict that we see Kofi Kingston, the New Day. The New Day's Kofi Kingston, this new heel Kofi Kingston. We know he has been on quite a run recently as a heel. First time ever in his career that he has made the switch over to a heel, and he is, I think, doing a really good job of it. He's becoming quite the, he's had a lot of moments in the back where people like Rey Mysterio with Xavier Woods, Kofi with Xavier Woods, moments in the back with Rey Mysterio and other members of the locker room. You know, you're not welcome here, Kofi. You're not welcome. The thing that you did to E, it's not right. It's not right. You're now a heel. You do not deserve to be with us within this locker room. You're not welcome. And that's why I think Kofi Kingston goes in at number 5. Next up at number 6, all rise for Damian Priest. Now, Damian Priest absolutely deserves a chance in this match. He has had an incredible year in 2024. He held the gold. He had an amazing time with Finn Balor. He's had a really good feud with that, as well as the Judgment Day. Really, really good year for Damian Priest last year. Without a doubt, he fits in this Royal Rumble match. Do I believe he goes on to win it? I do not, but I do think we see a good showing of Damian Priest going in at number 6. Next up at number 7 is the monster among men, the one big SOB, Braun Strowman. Now, this match will be 1 week removed from his main event, his Saturday night main event match with Jacob Fatu. Really excited for that one as well. I feel that Braun Strowman comes into this match probably hurt after his match with Jacob Fatu, but I do feel that there is a moment within the match where we see Braun and Jacob go at it. Look out for Jacob a little bit further in the predictions. Next up at number 8, we have Xavier Woods. Both members of the New Day are now in the ring. Well, at least the 2 remaining members of the New Day. Both members are in the ring, and they're probably teaming up, right? They're probably teaming up on the likes of the AJ Styles, the Andrade, Joe Hendry, if he is still about, Dominic Mysterio. Absolutely see him and Kofi being in this for quite some time. A little bit of... They're going to have the entirety of that locker room gunning for them. At least all of the faces, the likes of the Rey Mysterios, the likes of the people that they have disrespected since pushing themselves away from Big E. I'm really excited to see how the roster reacts to the New Day within the Rumble. That's why he has gone in at number 8. In at number 9, we have Finn Balor. Now, are the Judgment Day going to go far in this match? I said Dominic Mysterio, I would like him to come out at number 1. Will Dominic Mysterio still be in by the time Balor gets there at number 9? I'm not entirely sure. My big prediction actually for this would perhaps be a potential pull away from Finn Balor away from the Judgment Day. Does he go on to eliminate Dominic Mysterio, or does he pick things up again with Damian Priest? We know Damian Priest, I predicted in at number 6. Will Priest still be there by the time Balor gets there? I'm absolutely certain he does, right? The Royal Rumble is all about moments, and this moment right here is going to pick up, I'm 100% certain. These 2 recently fought it off at the Raw on Netflix, the 2nd edition, in a street fight. Fantastic match that was. Do we leave that there? Do we leave that feud there? I'm not entirely sure. We know that Finn Balor is going on a singles run this year, and I'm so excited for that. I believe that we see Balor and Priest pick it up once again in the Royal Rumble match. We're on to the double digits already, and at number 10, I foresee this man, Mr. Jey Uso, getting into that Rumble match. We need a pop again, right? The first pop was probably around Joe Hendry. The second pop was the returning AJ Styles. The next pop then, I assume, would be this man right here, Jey Uso, sending that crowd into Yeet City. The crowd goes crazy. Jey Uso is here. Jey Uso wants that WrestleMania spot as much as anyone. I foresee him coming in at number 10. Now, at number 11, I have one of the biggest Royal Rumble surprises of 2025, and I believe that that is with a Big E return. Big E has been out for several years now with that broken neck. We've seen people come back from this before, the likes of Edge and many others, and it's a really sad thing to see. We obviously seen Big E recently get heel turned on by the New Day. That's why I feel that we've got such a connection to Big E in this match. I can see the New Day. We've got Kofi coming in at 5. We've got Xavier Woods coming in at 8. I could really see Big E coming in and taking both of these gentlemen out. The way that he was treated, the way that he has been treated for the last couple of years, you know, the way they've put him down in the sense that he doesn't do anything for them anymore. You know, he can't be bothered to go to things of theirs. The man's been out with a broken freaking neck. It's time that Big E makes his return, and when he does, there will be tears on all of our faces. Big E Langston at number 11. At number 12, I have this man, Solo Sikoa, making his in-ring return. Last time we saw Solo Sikoa in the ring was when he lost his Ula Fala and his Tribal Chief status at the Raw on Netflix debut show against Roman Reigns. What's next for Solo Sikoa? We don't know. This past week on Friday, he entered the ring at Friday Night SmackDown. He went to talk on the mic, but the crowd simply would not let it happen. A ring of boos around the stadium, and it was a crazy one to see, around the arena even, and it was a great one to see. Solo Sikoa remains silent in this time of no longer being the tribal chief. What is next for Solo Sikoa? Is it a championship run? That's why I've got him in at number 12 in this Royal Rumble match. At number 13, following on from the Solo Sikoa entrant at number 12, I believe Jacob Fatu forces his way into this match. And actually, we see him defend Solo Sikoa for majority of the match. But is this the match where we see Jacob Fatu finally turn on Solo Sikoa? We saw this past week on Friday Night SmackDown that when he was given the chance on the microphone, he has said, "You ain't seen nothing yet." This man has got so much more, the ruthless aggression in the tank. I believe this is where we could see a turn on Solo Sikoa, setting up that match down the line. I believe Jacob Fatu eliminates Solo Sikoa. He turns on him. He takes him out. Takes out any of the bloodline that gets involved. Tonga Loa might be back to Tonga. And I feel that this is where we see the true separation of the new bloodline. Moving on to this man. Last week, Monday Night Raw, this man right here, Penta, made his debut against Chad Gable and had an absolute terrific match. Penta is here. Penta is here to stay. Cero Miedo, we are so ready for Penta to go on a run of his own. Hopefully capture a singles title in the near future. I really feel that Penta goes into this Rumble, his first ever Rumble, and puts on an absolute clinic. I have him going in at number 14. Next up at number 15, we have this man, Jimmy Uso. We know Jimmy Uso is on a quest to get singles gold this year. He's looked at Jay. He's looked at main event Jay Uso, who's gone in and had a tremendous 2023 and 2024. Jimmy is back from injury, and Jimmy wants the same. He wants to be a successful singles wrestler, and that I believe he will. Not probably with a world championship anytime soon, but I do feel down the line there is an IC title or a US title in his sights. That's why I've got him coming in at number 15. Next up, I feel we're going to get a surprise entrance at number 16 for this man, the NXT champion. There, he's holding the North American Championship, the longest reigning North American Championship, may I add. I believe he'll be in this match. He is the NXT champion, like I said. He is an absolute monster of a man. This man is within reach of that main roster opportunity. He has had a phenomenal run in NXT, like I said, record-breaking North American Championship. This match right here is going to be a great way to set his tone on the main roster and just give us a little bit of a dabble. If you don't know who Obafemi is, here is going to be a lot of fun. I really hope he enters the Royal Rumble match. Next up at 17, Chad Gable. Chad Gable has also had a phenomenal year. You know, he's had some really, really good matches last year against Gunther for the title, but also he's been doing really well in putting a lot of people over. He seems to be the man that they give to when people turn up. Look at Penta this last week. He put on an absolute clinic with Penta, by the way. A really, really good match. Chad Gable really, really deserves to actually go on and win this. He is an absolute workhorse of the WWE. Do I think this is his moment for the world title opportunity at WrestleMania? I do not, but I feel there are lots of plenty spots in this match for Chad Gable. Looking at the likes of Jacob Fatu, looking at Jey Uso, who we've seen had a lot of great battles with, Finn Balor, and so on. Can't wait to see what Chad Gable does this year at the 2025 Royal Rumble match. Number 18, the megastar LA Knight. I predict he will have a tremendous Royal Rumble 2025. I really, really do. I feel that he could actually go on to be the winner of the match. I will say who I believe the winner will be at the end. I really think that I can say this person, this person, this person, I believe will be the winner. But there will be a definitive winner announced at the end of the video. There's some incredible names. This is the most stacked Rumble we have ever seen, in my opinion. So many fantastic names. I've struggled to put 30 men in this Royal Rumble match. Nevertheless, LA Knight can have a really, really good Royal Rumble. Plenty of people in here that he's had great feuds with, you know, and plenty that we can see him have great feuds with going forward. We know that LA Knight has had a lot of fantastic feuds with a lot of people on this list. We know that Jacob Fatu has recently got himself involved in the Shinsuke Nakamura and LA Knight US title match a few weeks ago. There are plenty of people, plenty of great moments for LA Knight in this match. I'm putting him in at number 18. Next up in this match, I would predict Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn going in at number 19. Another one who's had a great year. He's recently got himself tied back up again in the Bloodline stuff. We saw him tag with Roman Reigns, Jimmy J, and CM Punk at Survivor Series against the New Bloodline. I think that Sami Zayn really as well, also a workhorse within the industry, could absolutely go on and win this himself too. He has got a fantastic career. He's really got a fantastic year ahead of him, I do believe. He's now over on that SmackDown brand. Is he going to go for the United States Championship? I really would like to see him do so. Guys, I think this is a great one. 19, Sami Zayn. At number 20 is the luchador from San Diego, Mr. Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio announcing this past Friday that he would be in the Royal Rumble match. The same as a lot of guys, really. He has put in a lot of fantastic matches and moments with majority of the people on this Royal Rumble list. There's lots of things that we could see him go down in this match. Dominic Mysterio, who I think is going in at number 1. That would be a great, if Dominic does stick it out and he is almost, the Iron Man of the match, we could see Dominic Mysterio and Rey once again go eye to eye as well in this match. I'm super excited to see Rey again. I don't know how many more matches, Royal Rumble matches at least, that we've got with Rey Mysterio, so super excited to see him go down in the 2025 Royal Rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the business end of the Rumble match. Going in at number 21 is my all-time favorite, Seth freaking Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins won the Royal Rumble match a few years ago. Can he do it again? We have the likes of Roman Reigns in this match that he is going to go eye to eye with. We're going to have The Rock. We know he's got beef with the... I can absolutely see Seth Rollins going down and being one of the final 4, one of the final 3 in this Royal Rumble match. I'm so excited to see where he does land and if he can go on to claim that match at WrestleMania for the title. Who knows? Let's find out in 2 weeks' time. Next up, we have the cult of personality himself, Mr. CM Punk, coming in at number 22. Seth Rollins and Punk have had a lot of beef going back all the way from when CM Punk returned 2 years ago at Survivor Series. A lot of animosity. These two recently fought at the Raw on Netflix debut show in the main event. I really feel that we're going to see them continue this feud at the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins does not want Punk to win this match, so what is he going to do? He's really going to aim to try and get Punk out of this match. So excited to see that story evolve. What else have we got there? The Roman Reigns stuff. He can also lock horns with a lot of other people. John Cena, who we will get to eventually in this match. John Cena, one that these two haven't gone eye to eye for a very long time. These two have had some incredible matches in their day. Money in the Bank. I cannot wait to see where CM Punk lies with everyone in this match, because to me, there seems like there are a lot of beef with a lot of different people. Super excited. That's why Punk goes in at number 22. At number 23, it's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. On the farewell tour, may I add, Mr. John Cena. John Cena wants to win the Royal Rumble. He says he's at a point in his career where a lot of people think he cannot, but he believes that if he wants to hold that title for the 17th time, then he needs to win this Royal Rumble match. Failure is not an option. He has to do it. He has to do it. Does he win it for me? Let's find out at the end of the video. Like I said, though, a lot of great crossovers here, too. We've obviously got Punk. We've got Seth, Braun Breaker, who I believe he can have a tremendous run with for that IC title. We know that he needs an IC title as well going forward. I mean, he can lock horns again with Rey Mysterio. Some tremendous matches back in the day between those two. Does Cena win the Royal Rumble match? What do you think? Do you think Cena wins the Royal Rumble match? We're going to see. We are going to absolutely see it. My honest prediction here, and I'm going to say it here now, is that I don't think John Cena will win the Royal Rumble. We're going to have our hearts broken that night, I'm pretty certain someone is getting rid of him, and that someone, I believe, will be Braun Breaker. I think then this would set up a Cena versus Breaker match eventually, but I do feel like Cena's actually going to go on and win the Elimination Chamber. But we're going to have to see. I've got Cena going in at number 23. At 24, we've got the IC champion himself, Mr. Braun Breaker. I was kind of iffing and butting whether or not Braun Breaker would be in this match, but after a little bit of thought, I believe he will. I believe he will want that opportunity to go on to WrestleMania and face the champion of his choosing, without a doubt. Why wouldn't you? You know, the IC, we've seen IC champions in the past enter this match. I believe he does. I believe, like I said, he will eliminate Cena, and that really hurts me to say. I've got Breaker going in at 24. Up next, I've got Logan Paul at number 25. A lot of people have actually predicted that Logan Paul will go on to win this match and take on Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Personally, I do not see it going down this way. I don't feel like we're going to get Logan Paul at least fighting for a World Championship at WrestleMania anytime soon. I think this is going to be a couple of years away from that. And in all honesty, I wouldn't like to see Logan Paul jump that spot, really. You know, there's a lot of incredible names there who have yet to win a Royal Rumble match. Your likes of CM Punk. Your likes of really the next gentleman I'm going to speak of after this one. Sami Zayn, LA Knight. There's a lot of incredible names that really can go on. I just don't feel that Logan Paul is that guy just yet. Next up, number 26, we're really at the business end of the match now. I've got Carmelo Hayes coming in. Don't feel like he's going to win the match, but I feel he's going to add some really, really class moments to the match. He's an absolute fantastic performer, an absolute clinic. I'm really excited to see where he fits in all of this. You know, we can see him and Logan potentially teaming up throughout this end of the match. Lots of great names coming up that he will square off against. Yeah, I think Carmelo Hayes is going to put on an absolute clinic. Next up at number 27, we have the return to the Royal Rumble match for the OTC, the original Tribal Chief, the only Tribal Chief, Mr. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has been in 6 previous Royal Rumble matches and has never come outside of the top 3. I, for one, am really, really excited to see Roman back in that Rumble match. At number 28, we have the returning Randy Orton. Randy Orton has been sidelined now for a good couple of months due to Mr. Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens fighting Cody Rhodes for the WWE title in a ladder match at the Royal Rumble. Could we see Kevin Owens get involved in the Royal Rumble, taking out Randy Orton? Randy Orton could be on the cusp of winning it in the final 3. You know, the 3 more superstars left. We then get a very angry Kevin Owens, who has lost earlier in the night to Cody Rhodes, coming out to the Rumble, trying to eliminate his former best friend, Randy Orton. Now, I think this could really set up the feud going forward for WrestleMania. Could we get Kevin Owens and Randy Orton at the grandest stage of them all? I would absolutely be down for that. More than Randy winning the Rumble itself. Give us that match and let's do it at WrestleMania. At number 29, we have the winner of the 2020 Royal Rumble match, the Scottish Psychopath, Drew McIntyre. Now, Drew McIntyre last year had an incredible year. In my opinion, he was the men's wrestler of the year. Some absolutely fantastic stuff, holding the title and his feud with CM Punk. Those 3 matches, that Hell in a Cell match was probably, arguably, the best Hell in a Cell match I have ever seen. Drew McIntyre, once again, wants to be at the top of WWE. The people prior to him, Roman Reigns, he absolutely wants to get his hands on Roman Reigns. He wants to get really his hands on anyone who teamed up with CM Punk or Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. Could we see this man right here become a 2-time Royal Rumble winner? And finally, ending things on an absolute shocker, on a bombshell in my opinion, and that would be the return of this man right here, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The final boss returns to WWE. When he returned to WWE Raw on Netflix a couple of weeks back, when he hugged Cody Rhodes, what was going on there? He absolutely broke kayfabe. and really damaged the stories that were going on. But I honestly feel that this was a massive front to what was actually going to come with The Rock turning up at the Royal Rumble match. I believe this really could start a feud for Roman and The Rock. While I feel Drew is going to get his hands on Roman, I also then feel like The Rock is going to get his hands on Roman. I really don't know how that goes. Maybe we get a triple threat match in the end, but lots of people are gunning for Roman Reigns. But number 30, we're going with The Rock. So that has been my predictions for the WWE Royal Rumble match. But the one thing that we have not yet cleared is who I think will win the match. The person that I think deserves to go on and win the 2025 Royal Rumble match is the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre won it back in 2020. I feel this man, more than anyone, deserves to go on and win it again. I believe after the record-breaking career he had last year, a record-breaking year he had in 2024, that he should go on and win the Rumble match and take on the champion of his choosing at WrestleMania. Now, I did say in a previous video that I would actually like him and Roman to go at it at WrestleMania, but I honestly have sat and thought about this for a little while. I would like to see him versus Gunther for the title at WrestleMania 41. So were my predictions anywhere near your predictions? It's okay if they're different. We are wrestling fans and we have different opinions all round. I'll look back over the next 2 weeks, I'll think, why did I even do that order? I'm sure I'm going to refig this, reconfigure it as I go. I'm pretty certain I will. But as of today, the 18th of January, these are my predictions for the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match. Thank you for watching. Let me know your predictions in the comment section. Hit that like button, and if you are new here, then don't forget to subscribe.